My dad dropped this off and he said there's some cool stuff in it. He didn't say what's in it, he said it was a surprise. Oh, there's like a chest or something back here in the back. Let's go see what's in that. And I'm not sure what this is, some sort of projector. That's heavy. Oh my word, guys. Good morning, everybody. Silas back out here at the junkyard once again. We're gonna keep digging in the pile, see what we can come across. Later today, I've got to go out to my yard. I got a guy coming to pick up a cab and front clip, but that won't be until late in the afternoon. So for the time being, I just set that Bravada out there. I have a guy coming to get the all-wheel drive setup out of that. It's got a nice grill on it too, so that's a fairly high dollar piece, and those Bravadas really have quite a bit of good stuff on them. But this is where we left off last time. It's kind of in there. I went ahead and got this stuff out of here so I could get that Bravada out. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore the rest of these and just keep working my way that direction. But before I do that, I've got a handful of vehicles around here I need to do something with. I'm not sure where Lep's at. He should be here pretty soon. But I believe it was this car here has, yeah, it's got that digital dash in it, so I'll be sure to save that. That's just gonna be junk. This truck here has a good instrument cluster. Mustang door, that's just junk. Oh, it's got an AM FM stereo radio in it. I don't think that's original, but it's probably worth saving. So lots going on. I'm not sure what we'll get into, but I am definitely tired today. I went to bed fairly early last night. It was like 10:30 when I went to bed, and I never go to bed that early, but I was exhausted. So I went to bed, and then I got a phone call at 11:30 saying, hey, you better watch the weather. And there was an EF4 tornado just to the west of us a little bit where we live. It wiped out of town a few miles from us, but it never came to where we live. In fact, it rained a little bit at our house, but here at this yard, this is to the east of where I live, it's still dusty. Didn't even rain here. But anyway, that's enough of story time. Let's get busy working. Like I said, I don't know exactly what we're gonna get into, but we're gonna have some fun. Kind of a crazy deal on this forklift here. We actually bought this already, or my dad did, is the way I take it. Then the guy said, so what are you gonna do with it? And my dad says, oh, we're probably just gonna scrap it. The guy says, okay. Well, we went by there and he had dug it out, and not only that, he had shoved it in our competitor's dumpster. My dad was like, what's going on here? And he says, well, you're just gonna scrap it, so I figured I'd save you the trouble, and I just scrapped it myself. And so we were like, no, that's not how that works. And so we went over there and drug it out of the dumpster. And so now, actually, it's the next day. I didn't film anything else yesterday after I filmed getting this out of that dumpster. But here it is. It's an MHF. What's really cool about these old forklifts is all they are is a tractor that you drive in reverse. I mean, there's no difference between this and a tractor, just the way it goes. And then it's got the forks back here, and then they put, counterbalances back here. Looks like they put a big chunk of cast iron back here. I've seen them full of lead before. I've seen them hanging tractor weights, because these things get pretty tipsy back here at the back end, especially if you go up in the air very high. We used to use one of these years and years and years ago for junking cars, back before we had nice equipment. This is basically what we use. Ours was a little bit bigger than this. Not fun to use, that's for sure, but when you don't got any money, you got to use what you can find. that's what we did. This has got some cool stuff on it. It's got some cool emblems, some MHF emblems. Here's a head badge on it. It's kind of a neat grill. I might just cut that whole grill off of this one. I don't know, we'll see. I just set it up here out of the way for now. It might have some other parts on it too. Looks like it's got power steering. I can't crush it anyway, because this pointing straight up and down like that would absolutely destroy the crusher. So I'm gonna have to come in here and cut this off, or maybe I can just pull the pins. Yeah, these pins still turn good, so I'll just pull the pins and drop that down flat, and then I can crush it later. So a few weeks ago, I was headed home one night. It was pretty late at night, and I was involved in a hit and run accident. I was rear-ended, the person went around me and took off 90 miles an hour. And I thought I read their license plate correctly. However, I must have either read it incorrectly or the tag didn't match the car or something. But anyway, basically it was just my description was all the cops had to go on, and it wasn't enough to locate the car. So I got stuck with the $500 deductible, and our car's actually still in the body shop. So we have been without a car for a little while now. So I was thinking, you know what? I probably should get a dash cam, and that's where today's sponsor comes in. Redtiger. This is the world's first full night color dash cam with in-cabin view. It was super easy to install. It didn't take me too long at all. Now obviously the hit and run happened at night, and so I'm going to showcase a little bit of nighttime driving footage first. As you can see, everything looks pretty good. The front facing camera is able to see. If I would have had this camera when the accident happened, I would have been able to for sure get their tag number and a better description of the vehicle. But it's not just the front camera, it's also the in-cabin cameras in full color and the rear view camera is in full color. And what's cool is they use dual channel HDR, so it improves the dynamic range. That way it has a more balanced exposure. Now, obviously I don't live in a high population area, so I wasn't able to showcase this camera in dense traffic. But as you can see, it's got pretty clear. You can easily see any license plates near you that you need to see. It's got a very responsive touchscreen, and you can cycle through the different camera views if you want to see one in particular, or however you want to have it set up. As you can see here, the settings menu has lots of different things that you can do. You can flip the camera if it's not facing the right direction. You can put a speed stamp, GPS stamp. And one thing that's really cool about Redtiger is, yeah, you can pull the SD card and you can take it inside and you can put it in your laptop and you can transfer files that way. But if you just need to download something to your phone really quick, it's got a 30 megabytes a second high-speed transmission with 5.8G Wi-Fi 6. Now I know that's a lot of random numbers and terminology that may not make a whole lot of sense to you, but basically it's way faster than the traditional 2.4G that things transfer on. And so basically, long story short, having a dash cam could be a lifesaver for you. If I would have had a dash cam, things may have gone differently. They may have been able to find the person, and I may not be stuck with a $500 deductible out of my pocket. So don't put it off any longer. You can click the link in the description below to purchase one for yourself. That way you will be protected. Thanks again to Redtiger for sponsoring today's video. And let's get back out to the junkyard. But it is a windy one today. Oh, so windy. No tornadoes last night, but it poured down rain, or it poured down rain at my house. It doesn't look like they got quite as much rain this far north. I think the further south you went, the more rain there was. But if you look at this, you can see there's quite a bit of water out here. But more than that, it is windy and it's actually kind of chilly. I think the temperature has dropped almost 40 degrees. Yesterday afternoon, it was like 93 or 94 degrees. And right now it's about 55 degrees, so about 40 degrees. But this is what I did yesterday. I didn't film any of this. I just got cars out. We pulled all the wheels off of them, batteries, drained everything. Just got a bunch ready to crush. I bought a few cars yesterday too. Like I bought that truck and I bought that Nissan on the end down there. And I bought a few of these. But I've got the crusher running now, the loader's running now, warming up. I got this truck's ready to go, this van, this car, that Jeep. So I got a handful ready to go. I'm gonna start packing them in the machine, start making pancakes. Haven't crushed one of these in quite a while. Well, actually, I've crushed a couple of them out of here, but prior to moving into this yard, I haven't crushed any of these old Park Avenues in quite a long time. And now all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of them. Park Avenues and Oldsmobile 88s, Regencies, stuff like that. Blast from the past. Oh, I forgot to rock it. There we go. I don't always rock it, but when I crush 3 medium-sized cars, a lot of times it's a little bit too tall, so I like to go ahead and rock it. It worked out really good on this Bravada. I have one of these out at my place, same color as this one and everything. And a guy came out and bought a bunch of parts off of it. And then he messaged me, not too long ago, and said, hey, I want to buy some more parts off of that. And another guy wanted to buy the transfer case and the differentials out of it. And I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So I dug it out the other day, and the transfer case was gone. And so it's good to get all the same stuff off the same vehicle. That way the gear ratios match. And I said, well, I guess I can't help you because I don't have the transfer case. But then this one was coming up in the pile, so I said, wait a second, I've got another one just like it. And so it just was really good timing that just as I got to this thing, I had somebody wanting all those parts off of it. So he ended up buying those and then a bunch of other parts off of it. And now it's a pancake. And then this trailer here, a guy was hauling me a load of junk and the hub snapped off of the trailer. So he had to go home, get his other trailer, and then he just brought the whole thing out and said, I don't want the trailer anymore. You can just have the whole thing. So here it is, going in the crusher. And it's stuck to my forks. There we go. It's just a homemade trailer. It ain't worth nothing. Perfect, right there. This actually wasn't a bad looking truck here. I really like this blue color. But just another junker. I just had a good one. Guy messaged me, said, hey, I need some parts. What's your phone number? And I said, well, what parts do you need? And I don't really like to give out my phone number until we have a deal worked out through messages or emails or whatever. And he says, well, I need a hood. I said, okay, you need a hood for what? He says, my truck. I'm like, okay, what is your truck? He says, it's a Chevy. I'm like, okay, yeah, they only made Chevy trucks for what, 100 years or more? I said, I need to know more details. And he says, never mind. So, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. I'm glad they emptied this box so quick, but I wish they'd bring me the big one. I just can't get any weight in these small ones. These are like a 35-yard dumpster, and I really like the 50-yard. But I'll take what I can get, and like I said before, it's their fuel money. It costs them the same to come over here no matter which dumpster they bring, so they make more money the more weight I get in there. It's just easier for me because I can get more in there at a time, and I don't have to have them come get it as often. This Olds 88 is the one that had a digital dash in it. You don't see the digital dashes too often. That was an option. Not every vehicle had that. Like I had a lot of people saw that Bravada and they said, oh, that's got the digital dash in it, but it didn't. And actually the other one I have didn't have the digital dash either. That was an option you could get. So this car here, when I saw that, I said, man, that's probably worth something. These aren't like a super popular car. It's not going to be worth as much as a popular car would be, but it's still going to be worth decent money just because it's a fairly hard piece to find. The only issue is I have no clue if it works or not. I'm assuming it did. The car's totaled out, but it's been sitting for years. But it was on the bottom of the pile, so it was covered up. It wasn't out in the sun. It wasn't getting rained on or anything like that. So, I mean, it's probably good. Goodbye to the old GMC S15 High Sierra. There we go, 26 and a half loads on the ground now altogether. accumulating more and more. I'm gonna go ahead and put a row of bundles down here, and once I get to somewhere in this area right here, I'm gonna switch over and I'm gonna start putting them up there in the corner. And I'll start putting a line there, and I'll just kind of fill this area in a little bit. And I don't know, hopefully somewhere in the near future, prices will bounce back up, even just a little bit. I can start shipping some of these loads out of here. We'll take a break from the crushing real quick and the processing. I'll show you kind of what I got done yesterday as far as dragging cars out of here. I pulled out quite a few out of the pile down there, but check this one out. Somebody went and painted this one kind of military green. It's got the X's up here. That's for confirmed kills for this car. It's got the star on the back of it. I bet this car was actually probably kind of neat when they first did all this. It's kind of a neat idea. I mean, I think I would have found a little bit better car to do it on, but I guess whatever. You got a boring weekend, why not get out the spray paint and make something? Gonna drag that out and crush it. Got that Honda, gonna take it out and crush it. I don't know why they got sat there, I just kind of where I set them at. These here, this is an Infiniti Q45 and then an Audi 3.0 Quattro. Got the A6 wagon here, so I figured there might be some good parts on both of these. They're just vehicles you don't see that often anymore, so I don't know. I'll look them over, see if there's anything good left on them. Then in here, nothing's really changed here. I've been mainly trying to focus on going this direction. We've been making it further and further into the pile, little by little. I'm not sure what's coming up next. Evidently, this Astro was a running driving vehicle because it says drives. My dad spray painted on it, so probably a good running engine once upon a time. We'll keep working our way around and kind of go that direction. I got all these old cars right here in this area. I don't want to mess with these right now. I'll get them out of here later once I have room to put them. Yeah, I want to keep working around the pile, kind of where that Outback wagon is, and go around that way and then right out the front gate. That's the plan, man. There's still a lot of cars in here though. A lot of cars. It may take us a while to get this done. Hopefully by, I don't know. I hate to put dates on it because then my dates never work out. But hopefully within a few months, I'll have all the roads open again out here. I'd say probably about 150 more cars, maybe closer to 200 to go that direction. Then to get out the other gate over there, probably another 250 cars. And then to get another road open that's over that direction, I counted them the other day, there's 175. So I'm looking at, I mean, you could say 600 cars. That's a really, probably a high number, but that's a safe number. We got 600 more cars that we need to crush and get out of here to get all the roads open again. Once we get the roads open, then I can start working my way into these piles on the sides. I'd like to come in here and probably clean out this corner, and then I can take all the old cars and just put them all in one corner out of the way. So that's what's up. I'm gonna hop back in the loader and I guess I'm gonna start dragging some more of these cars out of here. How are we gonna get this out of here? I'm trying not to tear the square body up because there might be some good parts on it, but I don't know how to get it out of here. Everything's at such weird angles. I mentioned it in previous videos, I believe, but my dad stacked all these cars in here from the other direction. And so I'm doing it all in reverse of the order they were put in. And so sometimes it's kind of hard to get them back out. I think this will work. That's not what I wanted exactly, but I guess that'll work. I kind of rubbed that car up on top a little bit harder than I wanted to. Now I'm in a bind. I can't back up anymore. Let's see if I can get out of here now. As long as the roof on this Malibu or whatever this is doesn't rip off, I think we'll be golden. Gonna have to go back forward again. I'm in a bind. I got a car right behind me. There we go. Okay. I don't trust this roof enough to carry it over the top of these old cars like that, so we'll set it down. Oh, I just dropped my camera. All I have to hook this camera on is this little tiny spot right here is magnetic in the center because there's no metal in this entire cab on top or inside or anything. There's one little spot over there I can sometimes magnetize to on the outside, but then I can't control the camera without having to get out and climb out. So I try to balance it right there, and if I hit a big bump, it drops the camera off. And of course it's a curved windshield, so I can't use my little suction cup mount either. I have a head mount that I can put the camera on my head. The problem with that is I have to turn around. Like right now, I'm actually looking behind me. And so I'd be whipping my head all over the place and everybody would be getting motion sickness. So I just gotta be careful and deal with what I got. I need to get some sort of like clamp mount. I'm sure they make them. That way I can actually clamp it to this metal bracket that the camera's on now that the mirror's on. Instead of magnetizing to a little tiny part of that, I can just clamp to the whole thing, then it'll be secure. 4-wheel drive, 3/4 ton. See what motor's under the hood. Small block. Shockingly, this hood is still good. I mean, it's got a dent where the car on top of it was at, but it's not folded where they usually are. So I think it's a salvageable hood. That wind is something else. Whew. About to knock me over. That's an awful big radiator. That's a big old 4-core. I wonder if this truck was originally a big block truck or something. Looks like the sticker's gone off of it. I don't think I've ever seen a small block truck with a 4-core radiator, so somebody's done some swapping around. I'd almost bet this was originally a big block truck. They interchange easily. Cab on this thing is pretty well toast. Automatic. See if we can get this door open. Yeah, this door will open. Yeah, custom deluxe C20 automatic 4x4. Let's see if this has any info on this. It's factory automatic. Where's the engine at? Heavy duty power brakes, crimson red, V8 engine, 400. Ooh, I wonder if it's the original 400. That makes sense why it's the bigger radiator. Yeah, we need to check that, because if that's a 400, that might be a decent engine right there, especially if it still turns. I can't tell. Oh no, it's got the fan clutch on it. I'll have to put a bar on it, see if it turns. It looks nice and oily, so I bet it'll turn. I need to get to the numbers that are underneath this alternator though to see exactly what it is. Well, that's a bummer. TKB, so it's the right year of engine, but it's a 350. It is a 4-volt main 350, so I mean it's probably still worth saving. Carbureted, still turns, it's full of oil. I mean it's black oil, but it's full at least. It's not metal shavings, it's not milky, it's not empty, nothing like that. So it's definitely probably a good builder engine. It's just not going to be quite as valuable as the original 400 would have been. 400s aren't as popular as they used to be, but they're still at least more popular than a 350. But still, it's got the 4-wheel drive axles, it's got the automatic, the transfer case. I wonder if it's got the original transmission in it. We'll check that at least. Yeah, it's got the better transmission in it, so yeah, that'll sell too. So lots of good stuff on this truck. We'll set it aside for now. Oh, I can't get the door to close. I'm gonna have to push that running board down. It got stuck on there. Nope, it's stuck. I'll have to use a loader. And it's actually the next day now. I had a ton of stuff happen yesterday afternoon. So the day got away from me, and then it was late, and I had to go home and package stuff, edit a video, ton of other stuff. So I'm back out here now. Lip said his car broke down, so he's not gonna make it today. So I guess it's just me by myself. But I'm gonna go check out this van. My dad dropped this off, and he said there's some cool stuff in it. He didn't say what's in it. He said it was a surprise for me. So let's go check it out. What do we got here? I don't even know what year this thing is. It's a fairly old one, I think, because it's got a 9-inch. I saw that when he was unloading it. Check out these seats. It's got a pair of captain chairs in it. Oh, look at this. It's got the equalizer, all the buttons and knobs up here. There's a lot of cool stuff. And oh man, look at that. It's got the nice lights in it, the nice chrome lights. It's got 2 of them here, and then it's got the 2 singles back there. Wow. Oh, look at all these ball vents for the AC. Man, this thing's got some good stuff in here. I see what he was talking about now, and it's got the swivel captain chairs here in the middle that rotate sideways. That's pretty, oh, what's this? I'm getting overwhelmed. Some sort of little 57 Chevy toy car. Doesn't look that old, it's plastic, but it's kind of neat. Looks like it's remote control or something. Yeah, check out these chairs. They used to sell these things like crazy for good money. Uh-oh. There we go. Couldn't get that door to open. That latch is tough. It's been a long time, really, since I've had a pair of these. But they're cool because they swivel. I don't remember exactly how they work. But you sit here like this, and I think, well, that's the tilt. Okay, there it is. You can swivel it like this, and so now you're facing normal for going down the road. Then you grab it again down here, right there. You can swivel it around this direction. Basically, wherever you leave it at, it's done. So if you want to face backwards, you can go like this, and boom, now you're facing backwards. Let's see, are all of them like that? Yep, that one's swivel. Oh, check this out. There's the little pop-out table. Where does it go? I know it goes in here somewhere. I think it actually goes back here. I think you put that chair, that bench up. Check out the horse. That's kind of neat. The head's broken off though, so it's probably just junk. You got a meat slicer. That's a random find. Yeah, anyway, there's probably a spot for this table to go back there somewhere underneath this. And that way you've got a little table and some cup holders, different things like that. It's got the curtains. This is probably a really nice van once upon a time. They don't make them like this anymore. Well, they do. It's like those Mercedes Sprinter vans, but you know, you could buy this thing for probably, you know, a few $1,000 back in the day. Those Sprinter vans now are $120,000, so not the same. What was I doing? Oh, that's right. Checking these seats. Yep, that one's got the bar down there. So that's a swivel. Yep, I can see that one. So got 4 swivel captain chairs. Awesome. I like all these curtains and stuff on here. I don't know if these curtains are worth anything, but I know these seats are going to be worth some money. I know these lights, all the equalizer stuff, all the switches and knobs up there. This has got power windows in it. Those will sell. That table will sell. These, the ball vents, the lights. Man, there's lots of good stuff in this van. My dad wasn't kidding. Oh, there's like a chest or something back here in the back. Let's go see what's in that. It is... oh, I think it's empty. I don't even know what it is, though. Oh, evidently this thing leaks a little bit at the back because it's all kind of mildewy back here. What's this? Oh, this is for the antenna and stuff. A 12-volt outlet. That might be worth something, though, anyway, for the vintage van guys that like vintage accessories. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is just empty. There's nothing in that for sure. I'm not sure what even was in that. Some sort of just foam that's falling apart. And I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of projector. That's heavy. Oh my word, guys. Look at that. What is it? It's clear full of, what state is this? Is this Indiana or Illinois? Illinois, that's right. 1992, 1989, 1992, 1990. Wow, guys, look at this. I'm gonna get this out of here. Got an 84. There's a 75. Now we're getting a little bit older. 89, 77, 77. That's kind of a cool color, that yellow and red. 85. Oh, there's a 1976 Centennial. 89, 90. So it looks like mostly like late 80s, early 90s. There's a lot of good colorful ones. Illinois uses a lot of colorful plates. Oh, I see. They're all different models or styles of plate. Like this is antique here. So 1989 antique. What's this one here? This is just nothing. Nothing special. What's this one? The livery? What's a livery? I feel like I should know what that is, but I don't know. I'll look it up in a second. I want to keep going through these. Tow truck. Oh my word, guys. That is awesome. That is going in my collection right there. 1988. The only thing that would make it cooler if it was 1990, because that's my birth year. But a brand new pair of 1988 tow truck tags. That is too cool. There's another tow truck. That one's just a single. I can probably sell that one. Oh, there's another tow truck. Is that the mate to it? 1506. Yep. Okay, so there's a pair of these here too. I don't need both of them, so I'll probably sell one pair. Huh. Oh, 1953. There's an old one. Is that a pair? No, not a pair. But still, that's some old ones in there. So I didn't even look at these first ones to see what they were. No, RV. I see. Is there any other tow trucks or anything cool? There's probably a little bit of money right here in this box. Honestly, there's probably more money in this box than what that... well, that van's got a lot of good parts on it. But scrap value, if we just ignored all the parts that are on this van, there's probably more money in this box than there is scrap value with that van. I'm gonna have to call my dad and see where this van came from, what the deal is on it. Guys, check this out. I just saw this one in here. Ambulance. That's the only one I could find. I'll have to keep those for my collection too. Yeah, I want to call my dad real quick and see what's up with this thing. Because, I mean, this is just kind of interesting. Oh, apportioned. Huh. I don't see any others. I was just going through one more time to see if I missed anything cool. There's probably dealer, I'm guessing. DL, IT, BB, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how to interpret Illinois tags. Like, these are both 89s. That one's red and it has an H. This one's yellow and has MF on it. So I have no clue. So I talked to my dad and he says that van, the guy it did belong to, passed away. And so he bought it from the family. It's been sitting for quite a few years, as you can see by all the moss and stuff growing on it. Tires are all rotted, so it hasn't been on the road in a long time. But he actually didn't know those license plates were in there. I was telling him about them, and he thought that was pretty cool. He had no clue. He never opened up the back doors on it. He just saw all the interior and stuff in it. And so, yeah, that van's going to be a good one. And then those license plates, I was looking them up, and there's the tow truck tags. I was looking them up on eBay to see what they're worth, and there was 3 sets of 3 on there. And they're going for about 40 to 60 bucks a set. And so I was like, why is there 3? And so I looked again, and that brand new set that's in there isn't a pair. It's a set. It's a set of 3. So I don't know why you would have 3 tags. The only thing I can think of is maybe on a tow truck, you have one on the front, one on the back, like you would on any other vehicle in Illinois. But then maybe one up high on the headache rack or something like that, I'm guessing. That way when you're towing a car, you can see it up there. That's just what I'm guessing. Here in Kansas, you only have to have 1 tag, period, and it just goes on the back. And so if you're towing a car behind your rollback or your tow truck or whatever, you just can't see the tag. So I guess it makes sense why they would want there to be 3 on a tow truck. And you can buy 1991s online, so I might sell that set there and buy a 1990 set. Or maybe somebody on here has a 1990 set of tow truck tags that you want to trade for an 88 set. But yeah, altogether there are 83 license plates in that box. And so, I mean, even if they only averaged $5 a piece, which is honestly probably a little bit low, I mean, you're looking at $400, over $400. That is a pretty cool deal. I told my dad I'll go through them. I want to keep a few for myself, but then I'll sell the rest of them and split it with him. It's his van. He's the one that bought it, so technically they're his tags, but I'm going to be the one doing all the work to get them sold, so we'll split it. But okay, I'm going to fire the crusher back up. We're going to crush a few more cars. Before I do that though, I don't know if I showed you this car or not. Somebody got a little bit carried away with a stencil, just spray painting. Oh, one more thing before we fire up the crusher is this car here, kind of a bad deal. This car runs and drives. Nothing wrong with it other than it's just kind of ugly and kind of beat up. High miles and stuff, but I mean, it runs and drives perfect. But the tag expires in a few days, and they've been driving it, and it wasn't their tag. They bought this car, and the people left their tag on it, and so they've been driving it, and then they go to tag it, and they realize the tag is signed. The seller signed where the buyer is, and then the buyer signed where the seller is. And then on top of that, the person that sold it to them, not only did they sign it in the wrong spot, but they signed and printed their name different from each other. And she said that she has been trying for several months now to get a hold of them and see if they can fill out the affidavit, and they can't get a hold of them. They didn't speak English to start with, she said, and so when she got a hold of them one time, they didn't understand what she was saying, and they've ignored her ever since. So she said, you know what, forget it. She said she bought it cheap, and she got about 9 months out of it, so that was good enough. Ready to go on and get something different. You could hire an attorney and you could get something done on it, but man, by the time you do all that, you're gonna have so much money in this car that it's just not worth it. You're better off just junk it and go buy something different. And it's so old and it's such high miles that I'm not gonna even try to sell the engine or nothing like that on it. I mean, yeah, it runs, but how much longer is it gonna run? When you got 300 and some thousand miles on a Pontiac, ooh, that's a little bit high. And I guess since we're doing show and tell, I just got this one in too. This is a 2002 Super Duty V10 truck. The engine's bad. I'm pretty sure the transmission's bad too. He said one of them was weak and the other one was bad. So I don't know which is which. I'm not going to sell either of those, but it does have a set of axles on it, 4-wheel drive axles, and I have sold these quite a bit. It's got a solid axle on the front, and really the rear axle isn't worth that much, but just if somebody's doing a swap and they want the same gear ratio, they need both of them. So I'm definitely going to save those. And then I was looking at this 92 Maxima here, and it had the VE engine under the hood, and I was looking at that and I said, man, that's a fairly rare engine, I believe. They only put these in, I think, 92 to 94 Maximas, and they weren't a bad engine really. And so I was looking them up online, and the intakes and valve covers on these 92 to 94s are a different size. They're more low profile than the newer ones. That way they fit in the car. And so there's none of these on eBay of this setup here. So I figured, you know, it's fairly easy to pull. I had let pull it all off of there. I'll get those put on eBay. Probably a little bit of money there. It's gonna be a slow seller, but it's gonna be a good seller when it does sell. Then we got some other parts. I got a bunch of parts off that 90 Ford truck that came in, a bunch of dash parts, center console. Got a bunch of Blazer parts here, dash. A guy brought me this dash out of a Ford truck and this clutch pedal assembly. And then I've got a bunch of controls there. What did that come out? Oh, yeah, it came out of this truck here. This old Blazer. There's probably some more good parts on this thing, but I don't feel like saving every last little thing. It does have a pretty nice chrome grille in it that I probably should save. We'll see. And then of course I saved the intake setup off of it. This piece will sell by itself. This piece will sell by itself. And the spider injector will sell by itself as well. And this is usually what's wrong with these engines and why they weren't a very popular engine. They only made these for a few years. But as you can see right here, it was definitely having some leakage issues. So I'll see. Maybe we'll save this grill. Maybe I won't. It is pretty nice. Oh no, never mind. I see here it's been all busted up. So yeah, I don't feel like messing with it. So I was just thinking about this car with those X's on the fender for every car that it's taken out supposedly. If I put X's on the crusher, I wonder how many X's would be on there now. I don't think they'd all fit. That entire thing would just be covered in X's front and back and top and bottom. Be thousands of X's on there. Check out the floorboard that's out back. This is pretty wild. I'm gonna try to bring out my nice camera tomorrow, get some good pictures of this. But look at that. It's like its own little ecosystem down here on this floor mat. We've got this tall moss here, whatever this is. And then we've got the short moss. It's like its own little terrarium, only it's a 99 Subaru Outback floor mat. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it took basically a decade for this little ecosystem to grow inside this car. And what's crazy is the life cycle of this ecosystem here is, obviously it's really cool now, but in probably another, I'd say another 10 years of water leaking in there like this, the floorboard would completely collapse out of this car, and then who knows, maybe a tree would grow up through it or something like that in another 10 years after that. And that's how you see those old cars sitting out in the tree row or out in the field or out in the woods or whatever that have a tree growing through the car. That's how it starts, is a broken window or something, and it starts getting inside and it rusts out, and then a seed gets in there and it goes from there. But I think I am done for the day. My dad bought that car. Let's see here, which ones did I buy? No, all these were in the pile. I don't know. Then we bought that car, that truck. Okay, yeah, there's a white truck over there. That's one we bought, and then there's 2 more cars over there that we bought, and then we bought this blue one here. So bought a bunch of cars today. I brought out probably, I'd say, 10, maybe 15 cars out of inside the fence as well. Just been a busy day. Plus I bought a great big trailer load of aluminum breakage, so that took a while. And I had a lot of people come out here wanting this and wanting that. So didn't get a whole lot done, but got quite a bit done really. I got to grab these 2 converters before I leave. And they're saying there's a chance of rain. So I need to come over here and see what all is laying out here that I don't want to get rained on. I pulled this Passport out of the pile. Oh, there we go. I need to see if there's any good parts on this on eBay, if any of this stuff sells. I don't know if any of these dash parts are worth money. The body's pretty well toast, but maybe some engine parts or dash parts or stuff like that's worth something. And then the same thing with this Infiniti right here. I don't know if there's anything good on here or not. This one here's been getting rained in because the windows are out of it. That one there, the dash is pretty well covered up because all the glass is still in it. So this one here's debatable. What's this? Oh, Infiniti. Kind of a neat keychain. I'll throw that in the junkyard treasure. There we go. Found some cool stuff. Got a lot of work done over the last couple of days, so I'm pretty happy with everything we got done. I grabbed all those license plates and put those in the truck. I'll take those home, and I probably won't get them put on eBay tonight, but honestly, it's probably gonna be next week sometime before I start putting those on eBay. I try not to flood the market with any one type of license plate. Like I have probably 700 Oklahoma plates at home, but if I put all those online at the same time, it's gonna make the value just plummet through the floor. So I put, 40 or 50 of those on, and then I'll wait a month and I'll put 40 or 50 Kansas plates on, and then now I have these Illinois plates, I can put some of those on. I try to stagger it out. As always, my eBay is in the description below, the link's there, or you can just search for the username Adventures Made From Scratch on eBay. It's the same there as it is everywhere else, except it's all one word instead of being separate words. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know I had a lot of fun digging through that van, found some cool stuff. That was exciting finding those license plates, especially those tow truck plates. And I'll probably keep those, and I'll probably keep the ambulance ones, but the rest of those, and I'll probably keep one 1990 plate, one of those light blue ones, just because that's my birth year. Beyond that, I'll probably sell the rest of them. And then whenever I have time, we'll go ahead and finish parting that van out. I don't know when we'll get around to that. I got a bunch of cars ready for tomorrow for left to pull the aluminum wheels off of, and we got to finish processing them and crushing. So I don't know that I'll record anything tomorrow unless something interesting pops up. But then Friday, I've got to go record something really cool. So stay tuned for that. As always, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. And remember to get out there, find yourself an adventure. We'll see you on the next one.